Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Glow Up Guide. So, today I am going to be doing a topic I'm super excited about habits you need to transform your life and become your best self. So, some of these things may be very obvious, for example, get enough sleep or the like. And in that case, take this episode as a reminder to get enough sleep or do whatever the habit was. Okay, so podcast updates. Instagram still suspended, not surprised. So, this week I was actually supposed to start doing like a summer series because I started writing a script for like 2024 summer bucket list. So I was supposed to start that today, but I didn't finish the script. I realized yesterday I was like, shit, wasn't I supposed to finish this like by tomorrow? And I'm not even like a third done because there's supposed to be about 100 or so ideas on that list. I'm at like 30, so that isn't exactly going great. But if I actually be productive and follow my stupid Google Calendar, because I punched in about 1.5 hour sessions this week, that I can just focus on catching up with podcast scripts because I have not written a single word of a podcast script for about a month because of my SOLs. So next week, y'all should be getting a summer series. The first episode of that is I might end up doing 2 parts for it, but it's gonna be like summer bucket list. Like I'm gonna elaborate more on my summer plans and like finalize those, and share that with you guys. And also just like summer bucket list ideas. I think I'm gonna do about 100 of them because yeah, just like why not? So it could be 2 parts, but all I know for sure is that a summer bucket list episode is going to be the first episode of our series next week. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the other episodes. I know one of them is going to be like travel tips. Another's going to be like beach reads. What else was another one? I don't really remember any other ones, but basically like get yourself set for summer. Oh yeah, like summer 2024, like hot finds, like products I really love and can be amazing for summer. Those kinds of things too. But yeah, stuff like that I'm trying to do for this year, the summer series. And then another podcast updates. Summer is coming to a close, and I'm almost at my 30th episode. And I think it's appropriate timing for another like stories episode because that was my third episode, like sharing random stories. And I'm thinking of doing another one with some other friends of mine, because that's gonna be a really fun episode. And I think I'm gonna do that either in the middle of the summer series or after that. But I don't think it's gonna be after because that's gonna take like a month or so. So I don't really know because I have a lot of episodes planned for that. I just don't have the time to get my ass to write those scripts, but it's gonna get done. Yeah, kind of late to be starting this because I completely forgot about my SOLs when I was writing scripts. So I really should have started those scripts like in March or April or something. But well, it's fine. We're gonna do it anyway. And then my like so y'all know how I have that intro sound and like the outro sound, that thing. So that was like for Spotify for podcasters, they combined their thing with Riverside and now they're not offering like Spotify for podcasters recording tools anymore. Long story short. So now I have to use Riverside through Spotify for podcasters to record my episode, and I kinda hate it because Riverside takes forever and I have to like review some things because it's like correct this, correct that in the transcript or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god. So it's really annoying, but yeah, it's just like so annoying and I hate it. But I'm gonna like get over it because I need to start figuring out like the ins and outs of using Riverside. But yeah, I'm just gonna get over it. Anyway, I need to stop like talking about random stuff. So I will no longer have that stupid intro sound because I can't. I might find a new one though that I can just like make a clip of and then like download it or whatever. I might be able to do that. I don't really know, but no more intro sound, sadly. So yeah, you just get to hear my voice right away. Um, and then life updates. So soccer, that's going great. I had a practice earlier today for my All-Star tournament. My All-Star tournament is actually kind of freaking me out next weekend. Well, not next weekend. Oh my god, I was freaking out over nothing. Okay, so not next weekend, but the weekend after that. It's like 2 weeks from now. Like the first day of the tournament is 2 weeks from now. I'm really scared. Because to be honest, at my practices, I'm not doing that great. Today could have been better, but we're working on it. We're working on it. So that's going great. And then I have another practice tomorrow, and my legs hurt really bad because I fell twice today. That was wonderful. And I have practice tomorrow and a practice Wednesday and 2 more practices next week, and then it's tournament weekend of 15 to 16. So that's super fun. And then what else is happening? Oh yeah, so basically last Tuesday Not Tuesday, last Wednesday, I think. I actually had, like, a dentist appointment. Oh my goodness, I hate Google Calendar right now. Yeah. Okay, wait, last Wednesday, sorry. I had a dentist appointment, because I'm supposed to be getting my Invisalign July 8th, actually. So that's something fun. But anyway, so I had a dentist appointment on, like, last Wednesday, and my period was, like, 15 days late. I got it on Tuesday, like, the night before. For me, the second day is, like, always the worst, and it sucks. But yeah. And Wednesday, I had a math test, and I was just, like, on the verge of I had to finish a science test, plus I had a math test. I was on the verge of crying through both of them because my stomach hurts so bad, because for some reason, I just have to be lucky and get way worse period cramps than, like, a normal person should. So that's fun. And I just put a random answer, and somehow I still got a 94, but I'm not surprised because I take grade level math. It's easy as shit. And the people in my math class are just so stupid. Like, I did not know it was possible to be that stupid until these people. But yeah, so that's always fun. And my pool opened on Monday, but like it was supposed to rain on Monday, and then it didn't rain, and the pool was closed, so me and my friends didn't go. And then Tuesday I got my period, and then I couldn't go to the pool, and then I was depressed because some of my friends were going to the pool, and I was just like, I wish I could join y'all, but I can't. So yeah, that's fun, and I think I might go on Thursday with some friends actually, or over the weekend. I just want to get to the pool, because yeah, that's delayed for like a week, and I hate life. Anyway, so wait, I actually just like got off my period today though, so that was fun. But then my friend couldn't go to the pool, so that's great. Plus, I think it's closed because it was supposed to rain, but it didn't actually rain that much. So that's great. And yeah, I'm getting my Invisalign July 8th, as I said earlier. Yeah, because it's a different type of Invisalign though. Most people get Invisalign to like realign their teeth, but to me, it's this thing called like mandible advancement. Mandible is the lower jaw for those of you who don't know, and then it's just like they need to bring my lower jaw forward because my face, it's like my jaw thing is like a centimeter shorter than it should be, which is kind of concerning and also why I have probably the tiniest face ever. Yeah, it's just really fun. But yeah, I'm supposed to get my Invisalign July 8th, and I'll be done with it in like 2 years. I was supposed to get this done like about 2 years ago. So if my dad and just my whole family hadn't stopped procrastinating it, I think I would have been well done, like well overdone with my Invisalign by now. So that's kind of pissing me off, but like it's fine. I don't really care anymore. It's just a factor of life. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, before moving on, let's do one thing we're grateful for and one thing we're happy about, plus our book of the week. So one thing I'm grateful for is Google Calendar, because Google Calendar is like the best. And also, the other day on Saturday, me and my mom were talking about like all my summer activities and my all-star soccer tournament thing, and she was just and my summer volunteering at my local library. The orientation for that, basically training, is on the 5th, and I also have soccer practice on the 5th. And then she just kept mixing up everything with times and the dates, and I'm just like, what the frick is happening? You should know this by now. And she's just like, well, it's kind of confusing to keep track of like 500 things at the same time, because if we were in India, because my mom was not born here, she moved here in like 2008. I don't know. She got married. I don't really know. It's a whole bunch of complicated stuff. But anyway, yeah, so that happened. And then we were just talking about it, and she's just like, oh my god. And then she took a random paper and a pen, and she's like, okay, so going in chronological order, you're going to give me the dates and times for everything happening from now to the end of the summer, because you literally have that memorized. I'm like, yeah, I do, because it's all in my Google Calendars. Yeah, and I did that, and then she starts mixing up me and my brother's things, and I'm like, oh god. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm putting it in Google Calendar. I'm color coding the calendars. Yeah, we're going to get that done. And she's just like, okay. And now she stopped mixing up everything because the calendar on Google Calendar is color coded. So I'm really grateful for Google Calendar for that. What else? Oh yeah, one thing I'm happy about, my pool opened, but I haven't gone yet. So I don't really know if that's anything to be happy about. I'm just happy the pool opened at this point. So yeah, and school ends. This is the second last week of school. I'm so excited. Like I can't wait to be done with school at this point. But then again, I feel like I'm gonna regret it, even though I have a bunch of things lined up to do this summer. I still have a lot of like empty space. I mean, sure, there's a lot of other things happening, but still there's empty space. So I'm trying to find like even more activities to do. I'm trying to make this summer the best summer ever, because next summer for me is gonna absolutely suck. Like it's gonna be the worst summer ever. Apologies for yeah. So it's really annoying, but my mom tried to get my teacher to put me into ninth grade math next year for when I'm in 8th grade. And my math teacher was like, no, A, I'm just not going to do that. B, it's like fundamental concepts, and C, she doesn't demonstrate classroom leadership. And I'm like, well, classroom leadership doesn't mean you like take on stuff and then you kind of have to socialize with people. But I'm like, I don't know socialize with any of the random people in this class that I don't even understand anything. Like, I am this close to throwing a shoe at their face and then being like, people need to shake some sense into you. So yeah, that's not exactly gonna work. I'm just like pissed off at this point. Next summer, so summer when I'm about to be in ninth grade, rising ninth, I have to take ninth grade math over the summer. So that way I can be in 10th grade math in ninth grade because I kind of want to meet like in college. This is thinking a really far time from now. I kind of want to major in like business, and I one of my life dreams is to like start a business one day and like because I always thought it would be fun to like start my own business and do that stuff. I don't know why my voice suddenly got so much softer, but anyway, it's just been like another life dream of mine. So yeah, that's something I really want to do, and I can't exactly get into a good college for business if I have my ass stuck in grade level math. So I'm trying to get into higher level math so I can take higher level math courses and better myself for college. Fun times. Yeah. And then our book of the week. I have not been reading that much. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, wait. I have a book of the week. Oh, okay. So our book of the week is The Truth About Keeping Secrets by Savannah Brown. Um, I started it today. It's a mediocre book. Like it could have been better. Like I've read better books. The other books I've recommended are better than this. But it's about a girl, Sydney, and then her dad died in a stupid car crash. No one knows what happened. With the car crash because and then there's this girl June. She's pretty much like perfect homecoming princess child person. I don't know. And then she shows up at the funeral, and then these two become friends. And then not everyone is like happy about their friendship because it's over the grievance and all of that. But then Sydney's like, June is eventually, I guess, June is hiding something, and Sydney's like, well, what could picture perfect June be hiding? She's like all nice and pretty and all that. And she's like, does Sydney even want to know about what's happening? So yeah, could be a better book. I have read better books, but good book. I'll say that. You should honestly though, I wouldn't if you guys are trying to like get through my bits of recommendations, I would not prioritize this. Like, yeah, I don't really know if that makes sense. It's a good book, but there are better books. Anyway, so after a really long intro, moving along, number 1, use affirmations every single damn day. I probably talked about affirmations in almost half my episode at this point, but I will talk about them again. There's your conscious mind, which actually processes stuff and thoughts, like math problems, for example. And then there's your subconscious mind, which is responsible for our beliefs and values and things that are pretty much ingrained to us, like really old habits. For example, like for me, a habit I always have is what's a habit I always have? I can't think of this right now. A habit I always have is like brushing. Yeah, this is a really good one. Brushing my hair before I brush my teeth, and most people just don't care, but I'm like, I always brush my hair before I brush my teeth. It's just a habit of mine that it's like so natural to me. It's like muscle memory at this point. Like I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and then like I brush my hair, I brush my teeth. It's just like that. My mom is the opposite of that, so that's like a habit that's like ingrained into me. It's like muscle memory at that point. Those kinds of things are what your subconscious mind does, and eventually those habits have at one point been a conscious thing, but now they're like muscle memory. They're your subconscious mind. You don't need to think about them anymore. These are just like random thoughts or habits that are deeply ingrained into you, like they're part of you. Yeah. So, which that meaning, like, when all our subconscious stuff goes into the subconscious mind, it also means our confidence in what we think of ourselves goes into that. Our subconscious mind will believe whatever we feed it through your conscious mind. If you always keep telling yourself you're ugly and stupid, sadly, that's what your subconscious mind is gonna believe. And yeah, until that you're stupid and ugly becomes what you think of yourself, your belief to the point where it's just a part of you. The sad thing is, you being stupid and ugly isn't true and will never be. Beauty is technically whatever we can't have. For example, in the United States, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. Every single person wants tan. No one likes pale skin. But in places like India and South Korea, all you want is pale, smooth skin, unmarred by tan lines and sun. So do whatever you can in these countries, do whatever you can to prevent yourself from getting tan. And like in South Korea, I read this one skincare book, and they always wear hats full like clothes like umbrellas all throughout the summer to prevent themselves from getting tan. And it just so happens that all Americans, don't mean this, I swear I don't mean this in a bad way, have pale skin, and India just so happens to be on the equator where it's sunny year round and people have a lot of melanin in their skin. So that's just a coinky dink, maybe. See my point here? We're all beautiful in our own ways. Use affirmations to help you believe that. It's gonna be weird at first. I mean, you're pretty much forcing yourself to say positive shit to yourself. Well, it's not shit, positive stuff to yourself. That's much nicer. I mean, yeah, but it gets easier with time. Anything gets easier with time. You're strong. You're beautiful. You can do anything you put your mind to. Always remember that. Also, another thing. I'm gonna go off on another tangent here. Along with affirmations, kind of create like an alter ego for yourself. You know, give it a name, do all that. And you want the name to be close to yours, but not your own name or the name of anyone else you closely know. So you want to give yourself an alter ego, and whenever you're faced with a decision, you are like, do I go with what me would do, or do I go with what my alter ego would do? Your alter ego is your ideal version of yourself. So you always want to think of what that alter ego would do. That's a tip. Actually, wait, that's a great idea if you're like new to a sport and you also want to get better at it. Just be like, alter ego, what would this person do in that sport, you know? Just a random thought. Anyway. Just always remember that. Number 2, meditate every single freaking day. Oh my god. Meditation is a mindfulness practice in which you utilize breathing and focus to enhance calm and mental clarity. Many successful individuals such as LeBron James and Oprah Winfrey practice meditation, and it's one of the keys to their success. Meditation can help you learn to stay centered and focused, which benefits us. Oh my god. In many ways. Science studies even show that meditation can cause you to need less sleep in order to function. The reason for this is because sleep is a physical and mentally restorative process. Meditation increases calm and mental clarity, which means our brain can function and process information much faster and more effectively, which in turn means that we need less sleep. Meditation also kind of recenters you in a way. It helps you focus on the present more, which boosts your mood by a lot. Meditation enhances your sense of calm and mental clarity, which can really help you out when you're stressed. It also gives you a new way to look on that stressful situation and gives you the clarity and focus to figure out how to deal with it. Meditation is honestly one of the best things you can do for yourself, and it can really change your life. Like, I'm not even kidding. There are true like success stories of people who say that meditation is really what changed their life, like practicing more mindfulness. And honestly, I think that can be true. Number 3, get enough sleep. As I said previously, sleep is the body's natural and physical and mental restorative process. It's a life function that all humans need to thrive in life. I remember that maybe about 3 years ago when my sleep schedule was an absolute train wreck. I mean, I swear, it took me about 2.5 hours every night to fall asleep, plus all-nighters once a week, simply because I could never fall asleep. Those were sucky times. Anyway, I couldn't sleep at all one night, and that was normal. The next night, same thing, ignored it. And then later that day, I got sick. I was 10-year-old, 4'8", and weighed about 47 or so pounds, and was extremely weak because I legit ate nothing. I got sick for about 3 weeks on and off because of 48 hours with no sleep. So please learn from my mistakes. And A, it's more a nutrition issue, but like focusing on your nutrition too. I'm going to talk about health later in this episode. B, get enough sleep. That was the moral, because even now, if I don't get enough sleep, like I will get sick. Well, sick? Because I used to get sick all the time. I'm gonna go off on another tangent. I used to get sick all the fucking time. Like, I'm not even joking. It was just so annoying. Like, I would get sick all the time because I was so, like, weak and frail and, yeah. So, like, I could just get sick all the time like my brother does now, but now, like, I don't get sick. Like, I haven't gotten sick since really long time, like, January of last year. Yeah, I haven't gotten sick since over a year, almost a year and a half. And, like, I've come a long way since then. And also, like, whenever I do get sick, as my mom likes to define it with quotation marks around it, it's usually just, like, like, stuffy nose. At the absolute worst, my nose is completely blocked. And sometimes a headache, maybe a cough. But it's nothing contagious or what I would technically consider sick. I'm like, Mom, I'm fine. She's like, no, you're sick. And I'm like, I'm literally fine. Anyway. So, yeah, learn from my mistakes. Get enough sleep. For example, sleep is when 75% of HGH, human growth hormone, is released. HGH is also very important, aiding in growth and skin renewal, and many other things. If you constantly seem to forget stuff, maybe it's because you're sleep deprived. Sleep is responsible for processing and storing all the information you've absorbed throughout the day. Getting enough sleep is one of the most important things if you want to truly change your life. Number 4, working out. Okay, so I actually have a whole nother episode on working out, so go listen to that first if you haven't already. So today's episode is all about habits to transform your life and become your best self, right? Well, your journey to becoming your best self has to include prioritizing your health, because health is a form of wealth, and one of the most important forms of wealth. Working out is a crucial factor in your health. It regulates your circadian rhythm, reduces stress, releases endorphins, etc. Too many people force themselves to do ridiculously long and intense and hard workouts for the sake of looking thin. Our society has told us that thin is healthy and pretty. Well, spoiler, not always. I used to be skinny as shit. Pretty. Okay, like, right now, like, people, like, my friends say I'm, like, pretty kind of skinny. Like, most people are. Like, who work out and, play sports and all that. Like, athletics. I don't know what I'm saying, but, pretty skinny. That's how I like to call it. But, like, when I was younger, I was freaking lanky. Like, I'm not even joking. Lanky. Like, I was so skinny. So, thin isn't always pretty. Like, it's not all. Anyway, back to my point. Like, it's not always about being skinny, like losing weight, losing those pounds, like all of that, like tracking calories. It's not always about that. Okay, that is stupid. I'm gonna put that in your head right now. Tracking all that shit is stupid and a waste of time, and you're probably gonna forget it, and it's all too complicated. Like, what the frick is the point of calorie counting anyway? It's so dumb. Anyway, so yeah, not always. Remember, the purpose of working out is for anything but that. For example, I have 2 main reasons to work out, none of them being looking thin. One of them is to build muscle in order to gain weight. The other is because of my asthma. Working out not only helps you, wait, sorry. So long story short, for my asthma, like, it's only a problem when I do intense exercise, and basically to get rid of that, I was given an inhaler, but my doctor said in order to not need the inhaler, I need to build my stamina with, like, running, with doing, like, jumping jacks, I don't really know, like, doing intense exercise, long story short. And, like, I've come a long way since then. That was about 2 or 3 years ago, and, like, I play soccer now. I would not have thought I would have played soccer, like, 3 years ago, because I've only done this for about 2 years maybe? Yeah. Like, I would not have thought that about myself, and I'm just, like, honestly impressed with myself about how far I've come with it. So, yeah, like, anyway, working out not only helps you live longer, but it also helps you live better. It can even boost your mental clarity and mental health, which can legit transform your life by a mile. Well, not even a mile, like, many miles. Number 5, eat healthier and drink enough water. Basically, get your diet in check. If you have any health-relevant problems, pretty much all of them can be traced back to your diet. I'm gonna go off on a huge tangent, but that's also relevant here. Me and my mom are watching this amazing show. It's like so good and interesting. It's called You Are What You Eat, a twin experiment. I don't know where else it's located, but it's a really new show. It was 2024, like earlier. This year probably came out like not that long ago, and it's on Netflix. Because that's where I'm watching it. Could be a lot of other places too. I don't really know, but amazing show. So if you guys have Netflix or it's like actually on one of the platforms you use, like one of the streaming services you use, please watch that show. It is legit amazing, and I love it. And it's basically showing how like diet is everything. Like this one guy, the doctor said he had irreversible diabetes, and like he could go blind, he could get fingers and toes amputated. A bunch of really bad shit could happen to him. Type 2 diabetes, by the way. And the doctor was like, well, and then the guy was like, well, I want to reverse it. And then he literally just Google searched reversing diabetes, and that was like his life, researching reversing diabetes and doing all these things to try and reverse diabetes without medicine. And then he goes back to the doctor maybe a while later. I don't really remember. But then the doctor's like, wow, the medicines must be really working. And he just shows the doctor all the full medicine bottles. And he's like, nope, no medicine. I just went on a fully whole food, plant based diet for all this time. And the doctor was legit impressed. And this show is kind of like revolving all around that. Like, diet is everything. That's basically this whole show. Like, you are what you eat. Pretty much. That's just it. It's rated TV-14. Pretty sure most people here can watch it. It's not even like that bad. Like TV-14. Like, I don't really know. I mean, there's a bit of language in it, but that would happen like twice. So like it's a really good show. Like, y'all need to watch it. It's actually amazing. Anyway, so yeah, if you have any problems, like this guy reversed type 2 diabetes because of his freaking diet. Food is fuel, so get good fuel. To be perfectly honest, though, although I know a lot about nutrition, it's like an extremely complex topic that varies person to person. For example, some say you need to eat 3 meals a day to function, while others say intuitive eating, intermittent fasting, all of that stuff. My eating habits are a combination of many things. My mom forced me to eat 3 meals a day, and if I'm hungry outside of those meals, like I'll eat something. There's also intermittent fasting, which my mom and dad do a lot. I would legit never because I don't think I could go 10 hours without food. But then again, I'm only 13, so could change my opinions later. But yeah, we're focusing on the now. Yeah, I don't really know. It's confusing, but some general food advice I will give that can apply to a lot of different diets and things is number one, try to minimize your intake of processed foods and sugar as much as you can. Every piece of nutrition advice, like every nutritionist you go to, will probably say this because now they're actually finding like processed foods and junk foods. Like this is really recent, but in that show it states like processed meat, even just processed foods in general, they can be linked to cancer, and they're about as sure. Like there's no actual thing. There's not going to be like any scientific studies that actually tell you, sugar and processed foods can be linked to cancer, but they're about as sure of that, like scientists and doctors, well, some doctors that specialize in that field, I don't really know. They're as sure of sugar and processed foods causing cancer as they are that smoking causes lung problems. That's how certain people are over this. So, like, I don't even know what to say anymore. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, sugar, processed foods, these kinds of things that are normally harmless and commonly found in, at least like because I live in America right now. I don't know about people who live in other places around the world, but like in America right now, like these are normal parts of American diets, like processed food, processed meat, red meat, all that kind of stuff. It's an American diet. I'm vegetarian, by the way, for those of you who don't know. I also don't eat eggs, but it's just like to them it's harmless. Like sure, maybe sugar can lead to a weakened immune system, a bit of sickness, but it's not that harmful. The common American probably wouldn't think that it led to freaking cancer. And actually many other problems too. So, yeah, like try to minimize that as much as you possibly can. Processed foods and sugar are like the worst thing you can do for your health. They weaken your immune system, make you tired, can cause cancer, do a ton of other shit that I don't really know about. And scientists don't even know what these kinds of foods can do to you. Which is kind of concerning. And if you want to truly improve your health, try to cut out processed foods and sugar as much as possible. It's like the only thing you need to do. So, my personal story, and if because for those of you who don't know, long story short, I used to struggle with sugar intake a lot. Like I would eat a lot of sugar. I'm not even kidding, a ton of sugar. Kind of concerning. And I was actually overweight at one point in my life. I think I was about 11 and a half. I don't know, when I recently moved to this place. And I was like 4'9", 4'10". Yeah, 4'10". 87 pounds, which I think was overweight at that time, and that's because of sugar. All because of like sugar and junk food. And I didn't realize this, and my mom didn't realize this until she saw this one video because I just like started, puberty and all that shit. Um, but like I would get these red bumps and just have a ton of red irritated skin all over my face all the damn time. And my mom saw this one video, and it was like why you might have red bumps or inflammation on your face or whatever, and it said it was because of sugar. Ever since that day, I have started to reduce my sugar intake. And today, like it's been maybe 2 years, I think, close to 3 years actually, yeah. And I've come a long way since then. Right now, I am 13 years old, as you all know, 5'2", and I weigh 88 pounds. That's actually really good. Like, I'm not even underweight at all. I've come a long way since then. I'm not like bone rail thin anymore. I'm not constantly experiencing like stomach pains and all that. I've come a long way since then. And yeah, right now, like my doctor says my weight is finally fine. Like me and my mom has been trying to help me with this for as long as I can remember, like fixing my weight. And now my doctor's actually saying that my weight is fine. It's still advised that I gain weight, just don't lose any. So I'm actually doing fine for once, and I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, and also like I know I'm saying all of this, but indulge sometimes. Like I baked a chocolate cake and ate it while watching that stupid show. Not stupid show, that You Are What You Eat show the other day. Like indulge sometimes. Like sometimes it doesn't really matter unless you're my mom and you will never eat sugar unless it's like your tea or something. I don't know. But me, I don't care. Kids. I said this to my mom earlier. I'm like, kids who eat chocolate. Chocolate means kids. Kid is chocolate. I mean, what am I saying? Kid is not a kid without chocolate. That's all I said when the show was talking about like sugar being really bad for you. And my mom just like, you have a point. You have a point. And yeah, like indulge sometimes. Have fun. Don't live your life in fear of sugar because I said it can lead to cancer. It's not like if you eat that one chocolate bar right now, you're gonna get cancer. It's not like that. It takes a lot of sugar, honestly, and like a lot over a long period of time. It can actually lead to cancer, and most of the time, it just wrecks your immune system. Like I'm not even kidding. It just wrecks your immune system. But yeah, like don't constantly live in fear of that. Like have fun. It's the only thing you need to do to like basically change your life/health. Number 2, try to eat breakfast daily. Most people, including my mom, legit never eat breakfast. They just aren't hungry or blatant don't have the time to eat breakfast. If you're always tired and groggy in the morning, it might be because you're hungry and you don't even realize it. Because if you haven't been eating breakfast for like a really long time, like it's just habit to you, you might just actually be hungry in the mornings and not even realize it. You're just like, oh, it's like I'm just tired. Like you just could be that. Aim for a healthy, filling breakfast with at least 20 to 25 grams of protein to keep you full until lunch. Even a granola bar is something. Okay, my point here: eat something for breakfast. Anything. Well, maybe not cereal because cereal is actually really bad. But okay, eat anything but cereal. That's the point here. Anyway, yeah. Number 3, get your fruits and veggies in. Fruits and veggies are extremely important for your health, as every fruit and veggie is in existence is chock full of different nutrients to help you in every single way possible. For example, berries are full of antioxidants to help your skin glow. Citrus fruits are rich in vitamin C to strengthen your hair. Oranges are a great energy boost. Broccoli can improve brain function. Spinach strengthens your bones. The list goes on and on and on and on forever and ever. So get your fruits and veggies in. The goal here is to prioritize eating healthy as much as possible. It's honestly life-changing. Number 6, drink enough water. Honestly, couldn't be more obvious. You probably hear this everywhere, but you'd be surprised at how few people follow through with it. Almost 75% of Americans don't drink enough water and or are chronically dehydrated. And in a difference in before I say anything else, I know that I cannot be talking here because I am also severely dehydrated, but I swear I'm working on it. And this is like so anyway, in a different civic science study, 47% of American adults only drink anywhere from 3 to 16 ounces per day. 3 to 16 ounces per day. Under 1 or 2 cups a day. That is concerning. Like, worse than me. And my mom was like, I thought you were bad. Water makes up almost 60 to 70% of our whole body composition. According to USGS.gov, about 60% of the human body is water. The skin is about 64% water. The muscles and kidney are about 79% water, and even your bones need water. They're 31% water. That's a lot of reasons as to why water is so darn important. But now the question is, how much water to drink per day? General rule of thumb is 7 to 9 cups, or 56 to 72 ounces per day. You can talk to your doctor as well. Mine said I should aim for 1.5 liters a day, or just about 51 ounces. Another thing you could try is half your body weight in ounces. So I would need to drink about 44 ounces per day because I weigh 88 pounds. I try to go anywhere from 44 to 51 ounces. Usually only get to 20 or 30, but I swear I'm working on it. The half your weight in ounces thing is by far the most reliable because scientists are saying the 8 cups a day thing is just like crap. Just like throw it out the window at this point. It's not reliable anymore. And they're saying half your body weight in ounces should be enough to get your body systems to function. Hydration is super important, all in all. Number 7, read personal development books. Personal development books, at least the right ones, are amazing and can change your life and even your perspective on life. If you want to hear about some amazing my top recommendations for personal development books, go listen to my 12th episode, my favorite books. I gave my top 4 or so absolute favorite personal development books. The 5 A.M. Club by Robin Sharma. I hope I'm saying that right. It's my all-time favorite personal development book. Heck, I'm 13. And that book changed my perspective on life and how valuable it is. And how you should go with a bang, Fiction is truly great and all, but I aim to read at least some personal development books in your reading. Reading as a whole is beneficial to all people. Not trying to brag or whatever, but I have a very, very good English literacy level. So basically it follows a letter system, and by kindergarten, like when the school starts to teach you how to read, or at least where I used to live, it starts at A, level A, sorry, and I was at level double Z by the start of 3rd grade, which is like 10th grade reading level at that point. So even now, I have like high school, college reading level, and I'm only in 7th grade. So yeah, um, and I truly think that all the books I read over the years played a huge part in that. Just 20 minutes of reading a day. There used to be this poster in my school because 20 minutes of reading, like my old elementary school, it was like part of our homework, and there was like this thing, and it was like if you don't read per day, then people struggle with English a lot, and 10 minutes per day, and then 20 minutes per day, you can it's this. And if you read more than 20 minutes per day, that's how you get to my level, pretty much. Like even just 20 minutes. That's not even 1% of your day. You can find like 20 minutes in a day. And even if you find like random 5-minute intervals, even if you're the busiest person on the planet and have only 5 minutes between whatever random shit you have to do, just read. Actually, a rule of thumb, carry a book around with you at all times. And whenever you feel the urge to check social media, go read a freaking book. You will probably read a whole book in a week at that point because people check social media a lot. Like I read really fast, so for me, I don't even check that social media that much because my mom freaks out too much. But like, yeah, but just 20 minutes of reading a day over a long period of time can improve literacy skills, but almost 80% or something like that. 80%. That's amazing. So try to read every single day as it can change your life. Even just a couple pages a day to start. Okay, it's something. And no one is born not a reader. You just haven't found the right book. So like, go read some of my book recommendations. Number 8, journaling. Journaling is a form of releasing your emotions into writing, which is important because a lot of times, mainly negative emotions, those hold us back without us even realizing it. It unknowingly takes a lot of energy to keep those negative emotions going. That's why they hold us back. It's very important to release them. Journaling can help you do just that and get those negative emotions out of the way. Plus, it literally takes 5 minutes a day. Journaling is even scientifically proven to help depression and anxiety. No, I said help with, not cure. After all, writing something down is the equivalent of reading it 10 times, which is a lot of reading. Logically speaking, maybe journaling can change your mindset because if writing something down is the same as reading it 10 times, then technically if you keep writing down positive beliefs in your journal daily, you can pretty much change your beliefs, which can change your life. As your thoughts and beliefs are what lead to the difference between a good life and a bad one. Number 9, wake up early. By far the most life-changing one on the list, as per my personal experience. Okay, so I was in 5th grade, I was a car rider, and I had to leave at 7:30, so I woke up at 6:30. Then, when my parents said I was going to start riding the bus soon, which was like a big fat lie because of COVID, I shifted my wake up time to like 6:25. A few months passed, 6:15. Then I started riding the bus to school, for which I had to leave my house at 7:15. Then I saw that waking up early was good for you, and like the that girl trend started, and blah 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 blah. I don't really know. I had Pinterest back then, and I used to use it sometimes for fun. But yeah, and then I started waking up at 6 a.m. I continued this until a few months before 6th grade ended. About a year later, when I pretty much slept through my alarm somehow for 3 days straight and then lost the habit. But I can confidently say in that 1 year of waking up at 6 a.m., it was amazing. Like, so in 6th grade, I had about 2 English tests a week for which I would always forget to study for because they were just like a minor thing. And the extra time in the mornings was useful because I would constantly forget to study, so I would just like study for those. Also, I had a lot more energy throughout today. That's the main reason I used to love waking up early so much. Like, duh, if you start waking up early, you're gonna be tired at first. Like, that's just how life works. Because your internal body clock needs time to adjust to that transition. But once you suffer and get used to it, which may take a while, you're gonna have so much more energy. Waking up early also gives you more time in the morning to get ready for school or work or whatever, which reduces stress, makes you happier, and the key to living a good life is to be happy. And if you haven't already, go read The 5 a.m. Club by Roman Sharma. I'm honestly shocked if you haven't read it already because of the sheer number of times I mentioned it on the podcast. Amazing book. But yeah, waking up early can seriously change your life, according to 5 a.m. Club and my personal experience. So give it a try. Number 10, limit social media use as much as possible. So I have a whole other episode on social media. Go listen to that first. Social media tricks us into thinking we're connecting with others more, but actually, we're disconnecting more and more from reality and each other without even realizing it. It's detrimental to us. For starters, brain development isn't complete until age 25. Most of my listeners fall in the 0 to 17 age group or 18 to 24 age group. So literally everyone listening to this is under like 25. Whenever we check social media, we get an instant dopamine hit, similar to when gambling or doing drugs. Our brain's reward system will remember that social media check equals dopamine hits. That's kind of like the code. Yeah. This is the spiral of addiction. And we need dopamine to survive. And we can get dopamine in healthy ways, working out, all that stuff. But too much dopamine can actually modify the structure of your brain and its ability to function permanently. Because most people who use social media are under 25. And another reason to decrease social media use is that it can lead to mental health issues such as depression and anxiety, as well as eating disorders. Whenever someone searches up something on social media, it'll show you more of that type of content. That's just how the apps are meant to work. So if someone were to search up any sort of mental disorder, it would show them content about that constantly, which doesn't do any good for mental health. Plus, almost every single photo on social media is most likely a bunch of Photoshop shit. The constant exposure to unrealistic physical ideals makes us feel worse about our bodies, which can lead to eating disorders. So just get off social media. Also, if you're constantly on social media, you're gonna cut yourself off from the rest of the world, which also degrades your mental health because isolation isn't really good for anyone. Like, even for true introverts, like, it's not good for anyone. You never want to truly isolate yourself because humans were made to rely on connection between other humans. So, if you want to go change your life, focusing on your mental health is important. So, get off social media. So that was it for this episode. I hope all this inspires and motivates you to go be your best self. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Well, this isn't applicable right now. Like, I do want to do an episode where I test all these habits for a week and share my experience. But yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon because I know the waking up early part I would probably instantly fail. So like I want to try working on waking up at 6:45 for a bit and trying to wake up early for a week after that. So honestly, I don't have a quote for this episode. I don't know what to search and I can't find a good quote for this episode, but I just want to give you all a reminder that you just want to do things that your future self will thank you for. Because even for my really young listeners who are maybe just a couple years older than me, like when you're like maybe 30 years from now, 30 years down the line, you're gonna be grateful that you actually played a sport or did some form of exercise because that might not really help you now. Doing that constant exercise is really gonna help you in the future because exercise is known honestly to like help with aging too. Like you want to do these things, you want to think like really far down the line. Just like I guess my message here is like do it now. Like if you think it's gonna be good for you, do it now. Don't worry about it. That was just my message, I guess. So bye guys. Rate, review, follow, share this podcast, drink some water, and I love you all.